Martin, and we're going to chat about JVM debugging under the hood. And you're gonna show some live coding and real stuff today, right?
Yeah, I'm going to play a little bit with the same interfaces that the debuggers use.
Nice. Okay, and then for audience members who want to play along, you'll notice our screen is not actually hooked up. So feel free to look over Martin's shoulder if you want to look at the code. Or just hang out and listen to the chat. It's up to you guys. Yeah. So did you already give your talk today?
No.
No. Still upcoming.
Still upcoming. Yeah.
Okay. Any pressure? Stress?
A bit. Yeah.
A bit. Yeah. I finished my talk.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm all done. No stress for me, but yeah, I still have stress for my book deadline. So maybe I'm still slightly stressed. Okay, maybe I should switch to your laptop. You want me to show something on your
okay.
your screen?
Let's see if
There
come
we
up
go.
here. Yeah, so I mean the talk is basically about how the debugger works. So I spend most of the time looking at a real debugger and what goes on and try to learn a little bit. But when you look into what's there, there's lots of possibilities in those APIs. So I just want to play around a little bit and see what use I could get out of it. And so there's I used to work in Smalltalk for many years.
Oh, nice.
So there are some
So
things that always annoyed me a bit in Java.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think I used to work with guys who developed a lot of Smalltalk IDEs. And compared to Java IDEs, like, we're finally getting to the point with Java IDEs where Smalltalk was 20 years ago.
I think actually we're a bit past. Static typing helps.
Yeah,
but
perhaps.
at the beginning, yes, Java was sort of a big step backwards, it felt. So, yeah.
You're warming up to Java.
Yeah. So the way I've done this is I used a tool called Hot.io, which is a very nice interface to get out the different information of your application via JMX. There was a lightning talk here yesterday demonstrating that. So I felt this was be a good place then. So basically what I do is so say you have your application in a Java servlet container, and it's a requirement that the VM should listen for debugger connections. And so you simply just drop Hot.io, and it's doesn't have any. Your application doesn't know about it. It's very non-intrusive. And then on top of that, I created a little separate web app that again the two others don't know about. And what it does is it's able to set up a debug connection to the VM and extract various information, and then make that visible via JMX.
Okay.
And add a custom plugin, because Hot.io is a modular architecture.
Yeah.
So I have done a small user interface just to be able to see what comes out. So the first thing I wanted to, so you can see here, we have at the bottom we have just any web app, and then we put in Hot.io, and then my little tool here. So we'll see there's a separate tab for that with some settings you can do. So in this application there is some terribly unreliable code. It's actually deliberately unreliable.
Deliberately unreliable. So
Yes.
this is so you can actually debug your
Yeah.
project.
So if you look here, it's null pointer exception, and it's oops, that's the wrong line. Should remember that during the presentation. It's a long chain of messages, and you really have no idea where things went wrong.
Yeah, that's like typical enterprise code
Yeah.
that somebody else wrote, possibly you yesterday.
Past me. So you have this chain of events here, and as you see from the stack trace, I mean, null pointer exception from Java doesn't tell you anything about where the problem is. So, but the thing is that the VM has this information.
Okay, it's just not exposed.
It's just not exposed. So the debugger knows.
Yeah.
With this tool here, then I can make this attach and disattach via a debugger connection to the VM. And what I do is I can check that I want to add some diagnostics to null pointers. And so if we repeat this same piece of code.
Make your screen brighter. I'm having trouble seeing your screen too.
Oh,
what do you think?
Okay.
Better?
Should wear shades.
Sorry, it doesn't match your cave. Like probably in your little cave with all the lights turned off.
So now we see we got the same exception. This is not from the tool. This is from the application. Now we see that null pointer exception occurred invoking the method f.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we can see here then in the console that we actually the last one.
E.
Yeah, so we do the E, and then the F is the next one. So that's where you get the null pointer.
Yeah.
And then another nice thing, though, since we already have this ability to extract information from the debugger.
Nice.
Then we can do what used to be called a walkback in Smalltalk, which then is a stack trace. Let me see. Up. Yes. Something. Okay. It's a demo effect, but I could show a past one. So what you basically do is, in addition to the stack trace, I would fill in information about. See, the line fees are a bit strange, but about the receiver object, the arguments, and the temporary variables in each frame leading up to that. So if you want them to do some more analysis.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So is this something you'd use while you're developing, or would it also work on production apps for debugging?
This is just me playing around, so I don't think... The thing is, I used to see... I gave the ability to pause it because I'm not. I don't have long experience with the effects of running this in the real environment.
Yeah.
I guess you have more professional tools for that, but at least you could then attach it if there's a certain problem you want to.
Yeah. Okay. So potentially
analyze.
you could attach it to a production process, but probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I maybe be a bit reluctant. Should have some more experience. And also, again, then sort of another thing to expose more information from the debugging information via JMX. I put up the opportunity that you can list the number of classes that you would like to monitor, the number of instances, and then there's already some nice functionality within hot.io, which is okay. something went wrong, but what you should see here is
you should consider this really good practice.
Yep.
For your presentation later on.
So you should see,
because everything's going to work perfectly this afternoon.
You should maybe I'm just stupid. I paused it. That's the explanation.
Yeah, that explains it.
So, but that's a good. Hopefully, I won't do the same twice. So, within hot.io, you have some special readily functionality for numeric attributes, so you can chart them.
Oh,
and if I then try to do set up some calls with some leaks here and there, we should then see development. And hot.io also allows you to take a certain chart and add it to dashboards, for instance. So if we come back to the main dashboard where you have memory and CPU and those things,
yeah,
we get the same chart here.
Nice.
you can move along the timeline to see if you maybe want to investigate your logs at a certain point or something.
Cool. No, this looks pretty.
So it's
pretty nice. I assume this is something where you could, take the plugin you've written and maybe like it's open source. You can hack it.
It needs a bit more preparation before I think I would
not quite
recommend using it, but it's on GitHub. So
nice.
So yeah, that's more or less what the end of my presentation will be. So that's a sort of example that even a guy like me can make something like this work. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I guess that's what I have on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I looking forward to your talk later. That'll be exciting. And I think we've helped you work out some possibly not bugs in your software, but presentation glitches.
Yep.
in having stuff started and working in the right order. So yeah. No, thanks very much for the short interview. Thank you guys for being a great audience, setting an excellent example of peeking over the shoulder at what our presenters doing. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the Java Zone conference. So we're doing more interviews this afternoon. I believe we have 3 more interviews lined up, each about an hour spaced apart. Interact with us by tweeting to #nighthacking and watch the live and archive streams at nighthacking.com. So thanks.
Thank you.
All right, good job.